everybody, this is Keith here of Euphoria Pictures. Welcome back to my channel. Right folks, so for this video I'm going to be taking you around this beautiful 4K collector's edition that I have here for Schindler's List. Now this is a Filmarena XL edition, and apologies folks, I'm a little bit late to the game on this one. I actually bought it a year ago. And I never wanted to do a video on it until I actually seen the movie, but unfortunately Schindler's List is one of those movies that I have to put years in between viewings. It is brutal. It's absolutely brutal, and it leaves a lasting impression on you, and that's why I need that time. And unfortunately the right time never came along up till around 2 weeks ago, and I have to tell you, it came at a very strange time, but I'll get more into that very, very soon. But as for this release, it gives you all the bells and whistles that you expect from a Filmarena release. You've got the lenticular covers, you got the steelbook inside, the postcards, the booklet, everything. It's a stunning release, and looking forward to taking you around this one and showing you everything that's inside it. So yes, that will be coming up very soon. So yes, I was just waiting for the right time. Like I said, it came along 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and basically what was happening was myself and Ellen were in the pod here watching a few movies on a Saturday night, having a couple of drinks, as you do, and it was getting late. It was around 1 o'clock in the morning, close to 1, and Ellen was very tired. But I told Ellen, you know what, I still have one more movie in me. So I started looking through my entire collection, and all of a sudden Schindler's List caught my eye. I know, ridiculous, you know, a 3-hour movie at 1 o'clock in the morning, but I don't know, I just couldn't get it out of my head. I really couldn't. So I said to myself, you know what, I'll knock it on. If I can get an hour and a half, I'll be happy with that. I'll be content, and then I'll watch the other half the next day. But I have to tell you, as soon as I knocked it on, I was hooked. It just got its hooks on me, and I knew I was going to watch the entire movie, and that's exactly what I done. 3 hours. I was actually nearly a little after 4 in the morning when I went to bed, and it's a masterpiece. It's an absolute masterpiece. But like I said, I need to put years in between viewings, and it is because of how brutal it actually is. Now, there is a character in this movie, it's portrayed by Ralph Fiennes, expertly portrayed by Ralph Fiennes, and how he didn't get an Oscar for it, I will never understand. But the character's name is Eamon Goth. He's slime. He's a monster. He's an animal. And when you see some of the things that he does in this movie, I don't know how someone, like an actor like Ralph Fiennes, how you get in that kind of mindset to play such a horrible character. But like I said, he does it incredibly well. And when I finished watching the movie, the next day when I woke up, I actually went onto Wikipedia just to read up about that character, Eamon Goth. And I'll tell you one thing, Spielberg really held back, because when you read up about some of the things that this man done, he's not a man, just he's the slime of the world. Yeah, it was just, you know, I can't even talk about it in this video. That's how brutal it is. So if you are kind of somewhat interested in the history of that character, check out Wikipedia. I think you'll be devastated when you read up some of the things that man done. But I was actually watching an interview there a couple of weeks back. It was kind of a very disappointing interview as well. It was from a director named Terry Gilliam, who I rather respect as a director. But it was around 3 minutes long, and the 3 minutes just came across as very jealous. He was basically giving out about Steven Spielberg, and he was comparing Spielberg to Stanley Kubrick, and how, you know, I get what he was trying to say. He was there saying that Stanley Kubrick's movies, you know, they leave you, when you finish watching them, you're always thinking about them. You know, it's not everything is tied up for you, where the Spielberg movies could be. But, like, you know, it's Spielberg and Kubrick, you know, it's chalk and cheese. Two very, very different directors, two very, very different directing styles. And yeah, the interview just came across as very jealous. You know, he was talking about the success of Spielberg and this, that and the other, but he was saying that he was on the side of Stanley Kubrick. And then, of course, the topic got brought up about Schindler's List. And he was basically saying that, you know, only Spielberg would make a movie about the Holocaust, even though it's not about the Holocaust. It's about Oskar Schindler and the Jews that he saved. It just happened that there was a Holocaust going on during that. But yeah, he was going on about how he said that, you know, Spielberg just had to make a movie on the Holocaust, and how he had to have a lovely, happy ending to it. And I was just looking at this interview, and I was going, what movie were you watching? Regardless of its ending, which is absolutely beautiful, when you see Oskar Schindler and he's surrounded by all the Jews that he saved, and you know, he's looking at his rings, he's looking at his car, and he feels that he didn't do enough. It's a beautiful scene. It's expertly directed, expertly acted out by Liam Neeson, I might add. But I'm not sitting there, you know, jumping in joy looking at this scene. It's a bleak movie. You're not going to be happy come the end of it, regardless of how many people he saved. Because when the movie ended, all I could think about is the people that he couldn't save. All the millions that died. So, yeah, it wasn't his finest moment, Terry Gilliam. You know, to see him kind of bitch and whine about Steven Spielberg. It's never great to see when directors do that. Particularly Spielberg, because let's face it, he's probably one of the greatest directors of all time. And I just don't think he deserves it. So, yeah, I was just a bit disappointed by that. Anyway, I'm done ranting here. On to the special features when it comes to this release. I haven't checked them out, but there is 2 documentaries on it that really has me interested. It's 25 years later, the making of Schindler's List. And then there's another documentary as well, and it's basically them talking about the survivors of the Holocaust. So that's going to be very, very interesting to check out. Now, in terms of the 4K transfer on this one, it's another one of those, you know, these people out there that question 4K and black and white movies. Just check out Schindler's List, and your mind will be put at ease. It's a stunning, and I mean a stunning 4K release. You got those bold, deep blacks. You got the bright whites as well. No sign of blooming, no sign of black crush, anything like that. There is so much fine detail across the board. Usual suspects, clothing and textures, interiors and exteriors, all that kind of stuff as well. It looks like it was shot today, but it's in black and white. That's the biggest testament I can pay to it. And if you have the means and the setup for Dolby Atmos, this does come with Dolby Atmos. And at first, when I heard about it being on Atmos, I was like, you know, can it really add much? But when you watch the scene with the liquidation of the ghetto, you'll be very surprised to see how active that sequence is. Not just with your rear speakers, but the overhead channels as well. It's a stunning sounding 4K, Dolby Atmos, with an equally stunning 4K picture. And if you are interested in picking it up, just go out and buy it. I think you'll be massively impressed by it. Right, so sorry for ranting on there for so long. I just kind of needed to get that out. So I'm going to finally now take you on to the release itself, and I really do hope you enjoy this. Right, so here we go, Schindler's List, finally. So I'm going to bring in the J card and let's just have a quick look at it. But as you can see, you get that small card as well. It gives you your number. And mine is 588 of 750. So quite a limited set, this one. So put it to a side, let's get on with the release. So unfortunately, folks, you know, it being a dark cover, it's also a lenticular. It can be quite hard to make out because of the light kind of beaming down on it. I hope you can make it out. But basically, you can see a lot of the Jewish and the soldier people behind the girl with the red jacket. Now, if you've seen the movie, you know the significance of this girl and why you can see the colour red. And if you haven't seen the movie, I am absolutely not going to spoil it on you. But it's one of those lenticulars that just adds an element of depth to the picture. It's the girl that stands out. And it is quite brilliant. Trust me, when you actually have it in your hands, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So, of course, you get Schindler's List 25th Anniversary Edition on the top. So that's the main artwork. Then you've got Schindler's List 25th Anniversary Edition again. All lovely bit of spot gloss into it. And right down to the bottom, it gives you your number again. As you can see, it is matching up to the card itself. And then onto the spine we go, and it does have a soft touch finish, and every bit of writing that you see there does have that spot glossing going on. And then right around to the back, and you've got Liam Neeson and Ben Kingsley. And I have to tell you this, folks, I forgot to say it in the video, but the chemistry between the two of them in this movie is quite brilliant. For that reason alone, it is worth checking out. Now, in terms of spot glossing or embossing and debossing, there's nothing like that going on the back of it. Just has that lovely soft touch finish to it. So that is the back artwork. That's the scene, by the way, that they're actually they're making out the list. So this is all the contents inside. So I will open it up, and we will start with, I'm going to start with the booklet and then make my way onto the cards and then to the steelbook. So the booklet, this one is a bit different when it comes to Filmarena. The book is actually done, each page is all kind of like hard cardboard. They normally never do that. So as you can see, you get that sweet innocent little girl again with the red jacket. On the back of it, you just simply got the typewriter. Very nice touch. And yeah, like I said, it's all hard cardboard. You got a couple of stills from the movie, and then you've also got a write-up as well. Oh, that scene there. Oh my god, your blood will boil when you watch it. So yeah, just give you an idea of the booklet. It's actually very well made, that. So it's quite small, not much going on in terms of, like, you know, its content. So this is the collector's cards that you get in it as well. I'm not quite sure if you can make it out. You can actually sort of see the names, the list in the background. It's very faint, but trust me, it is there. And it's more the same. Sorry about my fingerprints, folks, can't be helped. This room is very warm at the moment, so things are a little bit moist. So that's the back of it. Again, you can sort of see the list there. It's very hard to make out, but look, there you go, you can see it there. So a very nice touch. So you got special cards and special cards. So I'm going to run through these as quickly as I can. I think you might get a couple of behind the scenes stills, and of course simple stills from the actual movie itself. That scene again, oh my god. Of course, there we go. You got one of Spielberg, and then of course Liam Neeson. That's him he's basically looking for a maid in the movie. And that's near the end of it there. So that's the back to the little girl again. And that's the backings of each card. They're all the same. And then I'm going to take this side out. And I'm sure it's going to be more of the same. So that scene there is the first you see of Ralph Fiennes in it. And from there on, yeah, it just becomes horribly, horribly bleak. So you got one there of Ben Kingsley. Again, I can't stress how good he actually is in the movie. He didn't even get a nomination for an Oscar, which is absolutely cruel. And then you got another one of Ben Kingsley. And then behind the scenes shot there with Spielberg and Liam Neeson. So there you have it. That's all the collector's cards. The backings are all the exact same as well. So let me just put that back in. Close it up. That's your cards. And all that's left to do is to show the steelbook. And the steelbook comes with a lenticular, and you've got Oskar Schindler, and then you've got Eamon Sloth when you turn it. So it is a very active looking lenticular on this. And as you can see, it works incredibly well. Unbelievable. I love me lenticulars. I'm always saying it. So I'm going to remove the lenticular. It's just a simple magnet that sticks onto the steelbook. And onto the steelbook we go once again. And there you go. It gives you an idea of what the main cover was minus the lenticular. As you can see, you can make out the soldiers, all the Jewish people as well. And of course, you got the girl as well. There is no spot glossing or embossing, debossing going on either. It has a simple matte finish. And you know what? I would not change a thing when it comes to this steelbook. It's making a statement, and a very powerful one at it. So that is the spine of it. And then right around to the back, and you've got that girl with the red jacket again. It's featured so heavily through the set. And it's clutching the hand of, I presume it's a woman. And then of course you've got Oskar Schindler's list going through it. So it's a very effective steelbook, no question about it. So I will open it up and let you have a look in full. Right, so turn it around. You have 3 discs inside this set. So you've got your bonus disc. You've also got your Blu-ray disc. And then, of course, you have the 4K disc. And then lastly, all that's left to do is to show you inside the steelbook itself. And there you have it. So there you have it, folks. That is everything inside this release. I'm going to just do a quick recap. You've got the steelbook there. You've got that lovely lenticular cover that simply sticks to it. You've got your collector's cards there as well. You've also got your booklet. And of course, you got the box that holds it all in. I honestly can't praise this set enough. And it's still available on Filmarena's website if you are interested, and I really think you should look into it. It's a stunning release. Right, so there you have it. That is everything when it comes to this fantastic 4K collector's edition of Schindler's List. And Filmarena once again delivering on another stellar edition. And I have to tell you, it is great to get such a beautiful collector's release worthy of the actual movie itself. So there you have it, folks. So as per usual, if you did like what you see here, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you could leave a comment down below, and please share your thoughts on this movie. Very curious to hear what you think out there. And yeah, I hope to see you all again real soon with my next video. Until then, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.